Hey YouTube, hi guys, hi. Um, this is a video that kind of came to me quite spontaneously the other day, the other day, Australian. Um, and really it's kind of come about because I, June 25th, I turned 3 years into my transition, and I can't believe it's 3 years. I don't know where that time's gone. Um, but I suppose really it's like a natural time to kind of reflect and think about things, and it made me think about when I actually felt like I'd sort of found my inner woman, because when I started my transition I didn't really I didn't really feel like although I was suddenly like, wow, I'm living full time, I'm doing all these things, I didn't really feel like I think other women felt, and when I tried to do things with like girlfriends and just in groups of people, I kind of felt slightly like, I was aware of the fact that I still had some way to go, to, to to sort of get back to who I really am inside. And really I think that's taken me 3 years, and it's something that's still going on. And I was trying to put my finger on when exactly this sort of started to really take root inside me. And so I've written down some things. That's quite a big introduction. I've written down some ideas and things basically. And I think, it's basically, when I started, I didn't really know. I was sort of stumbling in the dark, trying to trying to figure out what was going on, really. And the first thing that happened was that I met an amazing friend who, when I went for my FFS, I've probably mentioned her before, but she was a little bit older than me, and she'd been living as female a lot longer, and she used to be a beauty queen, and she just had this real kind of energy and kind of like so sort of naturally feminine, and I don't know, this kind of aura about her that amazed me, and I just couldn't really get over how much she sort of inspired me as a person. And I think although it perhaps took some time, she really opened my eyes to perhaps what I was capable of, who I was capable of becoming. And when I went away from having met her, I think that impression that she left on me really lasted a long time, and still does today. And I think perhaps that's it. I'm saying that maybe there's people that you meet who can kind of, maybe you kind of emulate them a bit, but in your own kind of way, and you sort of take inspiration from them. And I think for me, that she was really like the beginning of me suddenly realising that, wow, actually I'm a long way from where I want to be, but I have to sort of find this part of me, this, this person, the real me inside me, to, to become authentic and genuine. And then I think after that I was trying to sort of undo all the male sort of stuff that, all the kind of male baggage, and being quite conscious of not doing certain things, and trying to really shake off all those kind of mannerisms in the hope that if I did all that, it would just reveal this sort of natural woman inside. And did that help? I don't know, maybe it did, to some degree. I mean, like, an obvious thing is like my racing, I was going to give that up. and as it was, I just took a year out. But at the time, I didn't really see how that kind of fitted into the sort of like me, female me, because I was trying to lose all this kind of male stuff, and I was just like, I can't really. I don't think people are going to take me seriously as a woman if I do all these things. Now it's great because I'm so happy being the way I am, and I'm very confident in my kind of me as a woman. I can do these things and not worry about them, and I love it, and I love that kind of sort of whole like juxtaposition of being able to do stereotypically male things, but that's another topic that I'll come to. So did that help? I don't know. I think somewhere you have to try and shake off some of the kind of male habits and things, and I think that can help, but I don't think that is the key in itself. And then I tried to do my cat. I tried to do a lot of new things and really throw myself into like situations and new experiences and stuff. And I think that really helped because it just got me doing new things, and also I think when I was found that when I put myself in a new situation with new people who'd not met me, their reaction to me was probably different to all my friends and all the people who knew me before. And whether it was a kind of reaction of, you're trans clearly, but we're okay with it, or we don't know that you're trans and we're just treating you entirely as a woman. But nonetheless, the way that people reacted to me, then that brought reactions out of me that were kind of new. It's like if people treat you like a woman, then you believe you're a woman and you feel like a woman and you start to respond like one in your own kind of way, perhaps without having to try and mimic things that other women do. And so I think putting myself into all these sort of situations and and doing stuff like that really helped to kind of bring new facets of my personality to the front and help me to kind of develop them. And so I think these experiences really helped me to just sort of find myself a bit. Did surgery really help? Does having FFS and boobs and everything else, does that help you to feel more like a woman? Well, yeah, of course it does. But in terms of finding your internal sort of female, I think to a degree it must do. Would I feel the way I do now had I not had all these surgeries? I don't know. Would I have just sort of developed all the same little things that I do and the way I feel about things? I don't know. It's a really hard question to answer. But I think having had surgery, it's helped. It's helped me do that. So is it physical or is it mental? Is it more affected by the physical things you do or by the sort of what's going on in here? Well, I think really it is all mental. I think it's really, sometimes trying to understand your own mind is a really fascinating thing to do, but ultimately very difficult to do. I'm a real thinker and I think about things very hard. And I think really, I don't know. I think that the mental process of what goes on in your head and in your heart over a period of time is something you obviously can't rush. And for me, it just took a natural amount of time. Like the last year, I think that's when things really started to gather pace for me, and I really started to feel more and more like a woman and never think of myself as male. And especially since having like my final surgery, then I don't ever think of myself as male now. and I think that that's just like a door in my mind that's slammed shut, and that won't ever open again, which is nice. I think the way that guys respond to me as well, also, like, and again, this is probably something that's only happened in sort of like the last kind of 12 months, but getting chatted up by guys, and the kind of reactions that brings out of me, again, that sort of helps you find, I don't know, just helps you sort of find that kind of natural femininity inside you a bit, like, and I didn't really know if I fancied guys or not, even, you know, but sort of developing over the last few years, I found that I do, and I think that whole kind of interaction with guys in that kind of way has made me feel, you know, at times has made me feel a lot more sort of validated as a woman. So I don't know, it's an interesting topic that I could talk about a lot, but I hope this is just like, you know, a simple video just to kind of give you some ideas, and you know, and really just my experiences of you know, how I've kind of got to this point. It's funny, really, I was writing something to someone the other day, and I said, and it was like completely just came off the top of my head as I was writing it, and I said, you know, when I was coming up to this point in my transition, and I was kind of thinking like, well, you know, this is like the end of my transition now, really. I've kind of done everything, you know, I've had all the surgery, and I've, you know, I'm kind of no longer seeing my doctors at all, and everything's sort of done, and yeah, this is the end, like, what now? And I was like, but actually what I've realised is that this is just the beginning, really. Like, you could say the beginning was 3 years ago, but actually that was just to get me to where I need to be, and to where I am now. And now it suddenly feels like this is the beginning of the rest of my life, and there's just so much that I want to do and see and change and experience, and just having that thought made me feel incredibly positive. And I don't know, it was just quite a kind of profound thing to suddenly realise. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up because it's gone on too long. But I've got some really cool things happening. I can't really say too much at the moment, but I will be doing some more videos soon, and I will tell you all about them. And that's it for now. So please put your comments in the box, and speak to you guys soon. Bye!